Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, guys? It is Wednesday today. We are playing some DUNE Awakening. It's been a little while since I've been on DUNE Awakening. We've been so busy lately. We just had, as well as like obviously streaming and stuff, we have been so busy outside of it. So I think the last time we might have played might have been Wednesday, which is so bad for DUNE Awakening. But at least we got the Wednesday streams to play some more. We do have to pay some taxes for the bases. Let's hop straight into the game. There is stuff to be done, absolutely stuff to be done. So, yeah, like I said, taxes is my main thing for the game right now. We have not paid the taxes in probably absolutely ages. So that's my main priority, is we're going to go loot all my stuff and take it all for the taxes stuff. Take all my, gold or Solari is what it's called. I was having a brain freeze. So let's grab all this. I think how are we doing with water? We are going to have to do, I keep saying this. I'm going to have to do a check on who's in the guild, who's not in the guild, and then try and get some other fresh players in. The thing is, when the game's like this, where the game's been out for a little bit, I say a little bit, it's only been out realistically, it's coming up, 2 months, I think this game's been out for. So obviously it's been a lot of patches and bits and pieces like that, but I think what it's kind of needing right now is some, like, I don't know about main content. Seems harsh to say, but I almost want to say it needs some fresh content. And I know that, like, they've got the DLCs and they've got that stuff coming. The first DLC was, I don't want to say a bit of a letdown, but there wasn't that much included in it. You know, there was just some statues and stuff, so it felt a bit empty. I think we just need another, not even DLC. I just like some free stuff and just some added on stuff. And I think there needs to be some changes to lands rather than some bits and pieces. We're going to do taxes. We're going to do a bit of our base because we've got this down here we need to kind of work on a little bit. Because I think that was that letting us build? I can't even remember if that was letting us build. I think that was working as it was, I believe. But we need some more basalt. So we'll go and do that. My thought process is, why did that just open? Did that open because of my vehicle? It must have, yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that was set to that. Oh, well. So, yeah, first thing is taxes. Second thing is getting basalt for the base. And then doing the base is the third thing, basically. We have... Okay, for a second I thought it was a base on top of that. And I was like, what? How was someone built on there? But no. Okay. We have got our base kind of being another base being made here by Goofy, but I think it might need to be taken over by me because I think it has been slightly paused. But it's very cool. The base is looking very nice. I don't know if we can get in there. Maybe we can. Maybe he's done some more stuff. I can't remember. Let's land down here real quick and just have a little browse. Nice base. Thank you, man. I didn't build this one. Granted. It's been built by Goofy. It's getting there. It's a work in progress, that's for sure. What I do like about it, can we actually go up to the top? We can't go up to the top yet, at least anyway. Yet. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. So I think not much has been done since the last time. We might end up having to take over doing the rest of the base design for this because he might be fairly busy. We'll check out with him and just see what the latest is. But I do like this base location mainly because it is on a pillar and it's just our pillar, which is quite nice. So there needs to be work done, but it's quite a nice, I mean, already he's made it quite a nice looking base, but it's actually pretty good. I made this bit down here, but this is purely for, it's not going to be there probably for the whole thing, but it was purely just to show Goofy that you can get a base in there, you can get a vehicle in there. So because it is on this pillar and it's up very, very high, I've actually got this bit included into the base, so that can be built on as well. But all the way down here, you can actually get a vehicle up to this bit. So you literally drive up this bit, up onto here. It works. Drive it up here, and you can get it just on that bit. That's just where the base kind of finishes. You can get in there, and you can put a vehicle in there. And I was kind of demoing it now and just seeing how it would line up and stuff and messing around with it. Because basically, obviously, if a vehicle's within your base area, you can then deposit items from it. So it's pretty key to have at least some sort of access to it. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's continue to go to the to pay our taxes, I should say. I do need to sort out that base over there because we have someone who was playing on there and was in control of that base doesn't seem to be playing anymore. So we need to sort out that base at some point, kind of empty it with its stuff, work out if we end up doing something with it or not, and going off from there as well. But yeah, like I said, today is going to be taxes, basalt, maybe doing a bit of the base, maybe seeing what else is changing, and just going from there. It's probably maybe a short stream today. It's about an hour and a half, probably maybe 2 hours if we're I probably meant an hour and a half to be fair, just because of timing stuff. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I think I mentioned in another stream, I'm currently in the midst of, where the hell is it? Here it is, Arakeen. And just to double check on the lands rad situation. Oh, we can't check it from here. That's fine. We're in the midst of making a game ourselves with someone else. So, yeah, there's a lot of work going into that, which is hard because I'm also working full-time as well. So I'm like trying to stream, fit in YouTube videos, trying to work full-time, and then also trying to fit in like making a game as well. All of that is pretty crazy. So, which is why like there was no streams last week. No, there was streams last week. There wasn't any YouTube videos last week. So I'm going to try and get some videos out this week. There'll be like the material stuff. The idea is there's a lot of basic material guides right now, because the plan will be to get a material guide on basically every single item in the game at some point. That might take me absolutely forever, but that'll be the idea. If I can get at least 2 out per week, if not more per week some weeks, then I can have literally a resource guide on everything, and then I can make a long video and have every single resource in there in that long video if people are willing to watch it, or just willing to get to whatever components they want. That will include deep desert stuff as well and some other bits and pieces, but again, like, it takes time. We'll get through that, and then obviously there'll be stuff like when a new update drops. I think we're still on 1.1.15 unless I have missed an update. I think we are. So obviously when a new update drops, I'll be doing videos on that as well. Obviously when the new DLC drops, we'll be doing videos on that. I do want to go over the current DLC stuff. There's not much to go over, but I do want to cover that stuff as well. So we will be covering Dune stuff, but there's just not been like loads happening in the Dune space, I feel like, recently, or not that much stuff. So, but I will be covering on the YouTube channel as per usual. Obviously, each of the updates will cover ourselves as well. So, it's not there. It is down here, is where we need to pay our taxes. I am actually scared what tax... Oh, no, that's the bar. I am tripping out. It's over there, I think. I am actually worried how many taxes we're going to have to pay for this one. I think there's a very high chance there's a lot of unpaid taxes. I think the taxes are every, like... I might be wrong. I feel like it's every Thursday, but I might be completely wrong on that side. Let's have a little look. We'll check what the taxes are due. It's going to show us all bases that we've got access to, which is a lot. You have to pay all of the taxes, but that's not actually too bad. So we've got my base... I think... Okay, so we've got... Yeah, that's base that's been built with Goofy. So he's building that. That's fine. We can pay that. We've got... I don't know what the advanced sub-thief console is. That might be... I don't know what that is. That might be main base, potentially. I feel like that might be main base. And then this is the one with me and Matt that we currently have our stuff in there. Can I ask a question about the factions, please? Absolutely, go ahead, and I'll see my best to answer it. So let's pay all these invoices. Let's get these all cleared out. So, yeah. Cool. I think we might need to double check on our original base, the main faction base, which isn't being used that much, because it needs to be improved as well. But I need to check on that and see how the generators are holding up as well. Okay, let's go over... Yeah, let's go back to base, I think. I don't think we've got any missions or stuff that we need to do over here. Looking at the top hub, top like little bar. No, we don't. If you ally with one, does that prevent you from entering the other city? No, absolutely not. So you can enter both, whatever happens. That doesn't matter. Also, it's pretty key to be able to enter both, actually, because you've got all the ability stuff. So all the skills, I should say. So to unlock the different like advanced mentors and everything. So I've unlocked everything. So in theory, if I had the skill points, I could unlock everything in the game. But you can never unlock everything in the game. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm with Atreides. I can absolutely go into Harko village anytime I want. That doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is if you are, let's say you're Atreides, or let's say you're in a guild, right? Which is allied with the Atreides, if you suddenly ally yourself with the Harkonnens, you'll get kicked out of the guild that's Atreides because you're aligned with a different alignment of the actual guild, if that makes sense. That's the only thing where it comes into play. You can get all building sets, I'm pretty certain, and everything else via not having to be in their actual like team, I guess. It's been a while, so I can't watch that. No stress, man. No worries. Have a good one. Catch you later. Okay, let's go back to Hangar Basin. Like I said, we're gonna do a bit of basalt runs. We're gonna also do. Let's go top, yeah. And we'll do. Thank you. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the like. Have a good one. Have a good one. Yeah. So let's try and do some base stuff because I do want to get the like that. I don't know what it's called, like the bit under our base effectively done, the hangar, I guess I should call it, so I can improve the top of the base and make the base taller, the standard base that me and Matt are using as well. Whether I'll convert this one to a full guild base, I'm not sure. I'll just see how it goes. I might make the other base to a full guild base. I don't know. There's so much stuff to do. We might even end up moving the base that's currently the full guild base and moving that into a different spot, more into this like area, because we've got this here. Oh, guild base. Maybe it is just coming up strangely. So we've got the guild base there. We've got that one there. That one there. Oh, it's probably that I paid for. It was probably that. Maybe potentially. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. I think it was that base I paid for. So someone else paid for the guild base. Okay, cool. I should probably check up on that. That's the base we might end up abandoning, and we might end up moving up here somewhere. We'll have to work out as things go. Let's have a quick check-in at this base. So like I said, the person that was in charge of this base has effectively left. So I need to work out whether... Oh, where am I going? I am going the wrong way. Let's do that real quick. And then let's do that. There we go. And then we go down from here. So yeah, the person who was in control of this base that we're about to go to has now gone. I think he's gone back to his Australian servers because these ones weren't really holding up great. So that is the plan to kind of, I think it's just down here, isn't it? Effectively remove this base, but try and loot as much as we can from this base at the same time as well. So I have got full access to it, but I think there is some stuff he's made private. But in theory, I do need access to because they're effectively going to be gone. So obviously that stuff's got no power, but I think it's some of the storage stuff down below. That is, in theory, his, but needs to be gone because he is, I think, effectively gone. So I've got no access to any of these things, which is interesting because I wonder if... I think because we have got full access to it, except from, like, he's made some of those the owner. It's annoying because he's got... Oh, we can only edit his permissions for these bases. Okay, so... Because of that, that's going to make it... Because I can't boost my... I can only put that to that. Okay, that's fine. If I go to build mode... I don't think I can. I don't think I can, but it might be worth just seeing. Can I... I can move this stuff. Okay. I can move it. Can I demolish it? Now, I don't know what he's got in these chests. That is the issue. But, like, this chest here, I don't have access to. It's a small chest. So maybe let's try and remove this and see if anything drops. It does. Okay, cool. So that's the best way to get the items from this place then. Because I did reach out to him on Discord. Unfortunately, he did not respond. So it'll be a case of just going in here, looting the base, working out. Because I don't have... Well, I in theory do have access to it, but he is the owner of it. It's probably not worth it. It's probably letting this base... Well, probably demolishing this whole base, to be fair, and letting the sub-thief effectively die out. Is probably my thought to this, but taking as much loot as I can and storing it somewhere safe. So at least it doesn't go to waste, right? Because it would be absolutely pointless wasting this base. Or wasting the loot in this base, I should say. So we'll go and do that at some point. That might end up being a task for us on the weekend rather than to stream it, because it will be a long task of looting the whole thing and bringing it out and bringing it back and bringing it forth and stuff. Because, yeah, it'd just be not fun. So we might end up actually converting the stuff into that base. Actually, it might be worth moving the stuff that's in that base to that base to then make it just easier to work out to put crafting stuff in that base. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's probably my thought process for it, though. Then, yeah, it doesn't mean it's just being wasted. We're actually making usefulness of it. Okay, cool. So at least we've paid for that, so it won't break down yet. It's given us time to work on the base. I think there is power cells lacking, I think, still in that base. I don't know. It might be up for another 15 days or something, so we'll try. Like I said, we'll get that done the weekend. That's not too much of an issue. But what I was saying is finishing is down this bit here. But again, we're going to need the basalt for it. But it's this bit, because effectively we're going to make this into the hangar. Because we don't have a carrier right now, and I think we might end up, I don't know, I'll see what happens. We might end up making a carrier spot similar to where it is right now on that side. That might end up staying like that. We'll have to see. Because I don't mind that bit. That bit would be kind of cool for a hangar. But I think this bit, these little ornithopter bits, can go, and they can all go down there. I think, and then that means we can advance this bit higher as well. And that's going to be the best way to forward. So let's go in here. Let's dump off some of the stuff that we got from that chest. We've paid our Solari as well. So we can drop off the rest of the Solari we've got on us. We're going to have to do some more missions as well to get some more Solari. Or do some more selling stuff. It's 39,000. It's okay. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. So let's chuck in the stuff. I think it was just this bits and pieces, wasn't it? I think. So we can chuck all that in there for now. That's fine. Chuck those in there as well. That is good that we can demolish it. So it's... Yeah, that's fine. We can work our way around that. That's absolutely fine for now. Okay, so let's do, like I said, basalt run. So let's do a basalt run, which means we're going to need to have enough fuel over... Yeah, let's get another fuel cell. Probably another large fuel cell sitting around here. We can do a little basalt run then. That would be ideal, I think. Where are they? I think they might be put in here. Small, 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 small. Large, large. Cool. Because that's the main thing. We always run out of fuel very, very, very quickly. So let's grab that. Let's go down, see if we can... Hopefully no one... The thing is, not many people do basalt runs over here because most people have built their base up fully, or majority of the way through. So let's have a little look. The tires are a bit worse for wear. Have we got copper on us? We have tiny bits of copper. Oh, we had the scrap metal. We dropped it off, didn't we? See if there is anything around here I can just nab. No. There might not be any scrap around here. We might have moved it all to the actual locations. That's annoying. Let me just grab some water from this. Extract it into the other cistern. A very small, a very minuscule amount, and then this stuff's all the other parts. Okay, that's fine. We might have it in our what's it called, the repair thing over here. We might have some scrap metal in here, and I can make it. Otherwise, I'm just going to go upstairs, aren't I? Okay. Fun times. I don't think what we've got is enough to... Oh, actually, we can repair it as we go, because we'll find some scrap metal, I'm sure. And then we can just make copper out of that. That's fine. That's fine. I'll see what I can repair right now, but it's not going to be much, I can tell you that for sure. So if we grab the tool, let's have a little look. Repair. Is that even repairing it? Oh, no, I was just not looking onto the right thing. Come on, there we go. And then this as well. There we go. And here. There we go. Okay. So out of ammo there. That's okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. So let's refuel this. I don't know if they've added... I feel like they've not added the system where you can quick change just by the press of a button. I don't think you can do that yet. Also, there's this here, so we can just nab this. Oh, that's not that... I was thinking that was going to be more. I don't know why. Thinking I'm in some sort of boosted server. Definitely not. Okay, let's grab the salvage metal from this, and then we can craft some welding wire. So let's craft like 10 of these, maybe. And then we can probably drop the rest of this scrap metal. And then let's go back to the welding torch real quick and just repair the stuff that needs repairing. Repair that. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just kind of touch on everything that needs a little bit of repairing, just so it's up to scratch. This as well. Get the engine in there. PSU module. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Well, a little bit. That's fine. Turret. We're gonna have to get up here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Oh, turret's generally like... It's generally like a pretty damaged thing anyway. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So let's hop in this. Let's do the basalt runs. Let's start from that one, I guess. Might as well. I know we can extend the space as well, so we'll do improvements as we go. Like we're doing the basement bit at the moment. Like we're doing the vehicle storage, I should say. The vehicle hangar. So once we've done that, then we'll start working on some other bits and pieces. Obviously, in the meantime, probably not on stream, we'll start working on removing the stuff from the other base and moving it into the other base we have. I think that makes the most sense. Okay. Right. Let's... Yeah, I guess we just go around doing this now. This is going to be our thing for once we're full. This is really annoying that it's showing the thing in yellow, the vehicle. It's because I think my tool is kind of out. Is it? No. Have I broken it fully? Let's just change it to assemble. There we go. There we go. There we go. These guys are really annoying, so I'm actually going to kill these guys real quick. Because they really annoy me. How did that not kill him? I think it normally kills him, doesn't it? Or does it take a second? There we go. There's only one enemy as well. We'll grab the Solari while we're here. Might as well. Does he have any Solari on him? No, they never do. They never do. I don't even know why I thought they would. I don't remember there being 2 basalt spawns here. I feel like they might have changed some of the spawns, potentially. I don't know if I saw that in the patch notes. I'm not sure. Unless it's in a patch notes I have missed, which could be it. I'll have a look. I'll have a little look. Okay, let's grab all this stuff. Again, I'm looking forward to when they do the button to change quickly. They might have even added it. I don't think they've added it. I think it would be in... Should we have a little look, actually? Let's have a check to see if they have added it. So it would be in probably controls, right? No, it probably keybinds here. Walk, quick loop, player primary interaction. Personal light. No, I don't think I've done that. Okay, so they... Oh, no, vehicle. Here we go. Interaction wheel. Harness, vulture mode. No, they've done forward, brake, reverse, that stuff. You've got obviously the main stuff, general. Okay, exit. Okay, so they've not added it yet. Or at least not that I can see. Which is a shame. We just said we're going to have a look at the Landsrat, actually. Let's have a little browse on that. Okay, wow, we've already won it. What? Jesus. So... Wow. Okay. Interesting. There's definitely a few different names in here. There's very clearly a lot of people have started to leave. Not as in like our guild. I mean, generally from our guild as well, I guess. People stop playing. Oh, there's a new base here. That never used to be there. Interesting. But yeah, generally, obviously, I mean, that's the life of any game, right? Is players start to leave, it becomes different. New teams evolve, right? New teams start becoming more powerful, I guess I should say it. So we'll eventually, hopefully, try and boost up a bit. I've been so busy recently. I needed to get back into the Landsrat stuff. I do hope they will do some big Landsrat changes. I think is what I'm probably more like hoping for, I guess. To get him a bit more involved in the Landsrat stuff. I don't know. I just feel like I think the part of the issue as well with it is there's just not that much. It might be almost... I know there's a point where between like hand-holding and not hand-holding the players, but I feel like the Landsrat is at the point where it almost needs a little bit of hand-holding from the, like, to help the player along. Because if you come at this and you're like, what the hell is the Landsrat? If you don't decide to look at YouTube videos, which obviously everyone does, everyone looks at YouTube videos, and you're like, okay, so there's this thing called the Landsrat. What the hell? And it looks so confusing, I think, at the start anyway. I think it goes over a little bit, but I think in terms of like where to claim these prizes from and stuff, I think it just makes... I think there needs to be a bit more information on it, I think, personally, in the game itself. And possibly, I don't want to say better rewards, because there's some good rewards in the Landsrat stuff. But just more of a reason to want you to spend your, like, I don't know, like, spice, melang and stuff, right, on the actual stuff in the game. I think that's what it is. There just needs to be more reasons for that, I think. And it'll be interesting to see how long some of these bases survive for, because I reckon a lot of these bases will end up like getting destroyed. Without being like mean, just generally like, not in terms of like raiding, because obviously you can't raid people's base in this game, but in terms of people will just, I think, leave, because when they reach a certain end game state, right? So if we were to count the guild involved in stuff, right? We are, as a guild, we have got basically everything in the game, and certain players like 2FPS and Goofy have pretty much got most stuff. So it then becomes a thing of like, when you've got everything and you're not really too interested in the Landsrad, there's not that much to do, which is why there needs to be some sort of like more encouragement. And I don't know, I almost think there needs to be, this may sound, I don't know, this may sound kind of crazy, but like almost a new map, which is like, imagine a new map, right? They made, right? Exclude like the Deep Desert, right? It's a different version of the Deep Desert. I think the Deep Desert's cool, but I don't like how the PvP works to a certain extent. If they had a map, right? For example, which was a no-fly zone, okay? Pretty crazy, I know. Just stay with me. A no-fly zone, right? So you can't get around in ornithopters. You literally gotta get, like, you've got to get your vehicle. So you maybe, I don't know how I could exactly, I think maybe it's done like it could be done a bit like the Deep Desert, like a weekly reset, okay? The main reason I guess there needs to be a reason for you to build base out there. And I think it would be cool if there was more islands, okay? So because you can't fly around in ornithopters, you need obviously islands close together. There can still be some sort of presence by the sandworm. But the main thing is, there is maybe like a lot more echo labs potentially that are all PvP, potentially maybe. But again, you've got no ornithopters, so you can't just get spammed by ornithopters or, you know, them waiting for you out front with ornithopters. It's bikes and everything. So I think that'll make it interesting, but you can build bases in this area, and you'll want to because there's like rewards for it and stuff. I think it'd be cool if they did add like rewards for having an actual base in a certain area as well. That'd be kind of cool. A bit like a claim point. If you've got your base for there a certain amount of time, you get like points towards the Landsrad or something. Would be kind of interesting. But I think you kind of need to have that map as a bit of like a bit of like, I don't know, like an Ark map or like a Rust map, okay? Bases can be raided. The shields thing is like a thing, but like, let's say for example, Ark with the shields as you get like end game, it can be destroyed with stuff, okay? Bases can be absolutely raided if you're not offline. Well, they can be raided off your offline or online. I think there needs to be that kind of thing because you've got the whole like, oh yeah, bases can kind of be raided but kind of not in the PV in the Deep Desert area. I think you need an area which is like, yeah, this bases can be raided anytime. Oh, this is kind of funky. I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'd be well up for like a new map which is purely built on PvP with no ornithopters would be sick. Because if you think about it, Deep Desert, yeah, you're on foot for maybe like some Echo Labs. But other than that, other than Echo Lab stuff, you are mainly just in ornithopters. So there's a lot of ornithopter combat, which isn't a bad thing. I think that's cool that it exists, and it makes sense. It's the DUNE universe, right? But I'd love to see some more. I'd love to see some more player combat properly, like on foot, like even like shooting or like more like melee combat. I love melee combat, but I know they're not going to get rid of like shooting or anything. So to have another map dedicated to the PvP without the ornithopters, but with base building that can be raided 24/7, but again you've got no ornithopters, would be an interesting dynamic. I think. Be a very interesting dynamic, and I don't like is definitely doable because of that like player map, right, that I've got going on, where you can travel from Arakeen to wherever to, you know, to wherever you need to go, you can travel to, right? And you've got the new maps in there. You've got like the as you play through the campaign, you've got the new areas to explore, like the water shippers base and stuff. There's no reason why they can't do a new map, a bit like the Deep Desert, for like full PvP. And I think that almost needs to be what it is, because I think for PvE players, the game, great fun. Great fun, right? You can do the PvE Echo Labs. You've got areas you can mine in the Deep Desert, which is PvE. But for the true PvP players, yeah, you do have some of the Deep Desert, but it's a lot as just Ornithopter. Like, I really enjoy PvP, but what I am not too keen on, I'm not too keen on the Ornithopter PvP. That is probably a personal preference. It is definitely like, in like any game, right? If there's a group of people, you're gonna get destroyed, right? But especially in the Ornithopters, more so, without much chance of running away. And I just wish there was, I just think there needs to be a new mode purely for people without Ornithopters that is PvP, but like full PvP. Because a lot of the complaints on the game right now, I think as well from people, are it's not really full PvP. You've got the Deep Desert stuff, which realistically, if you come into it thinking like, is it like Rust? Is it like Ark? It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Because you don't have that full PvP all the time. You've got PvP areas, which is cool for a PvE player and for some people that don't want to do as much PvP, which I do like, but I would also love an area built for PvP players. And I don't think that's much to ask because I don't want to say, I think they did the right things for Deep Desert, but I think they should also make a mode because they've now made that PvE/PvP. All the bases, it's rare to find some of the bases outside of the PvE area, right? And why would you? What's the incentive for building out there other than being close to some of the spice blows? But your base going to get raided. I think there needs to be another area, which is another bit of the map, not in the Deep Desert maybe, just its own separate map that you can access. That can be full PvP, I think. I don't know if that's a crazy take. I feel like that's probably, I think a lot of people would want to change it right from the start and be like, nah, Deep Desert needs to be full PvP. But even with that, I don't even know how comfortable I would be with that, because you need to access some of the late game resources, which is, you know, as you go further out, it's PvP and stuff, and you've got the Ornithopter stuff, so you still need that. But I think there needs to be some sort of mode to have some sort of more on-foot combat PvP, because you've got those like shipwrecks and stuff, but the chance I mean, you have fights occasionally, but I just love to have some more like actual Dune by the dunes on the sand doing PvP rather than like hand-to-hand combat and guns and stuff, rather than just the Ornithopter stuff. Because soon as you get outside of you know, an Echo Lab or a crash ship, it is straight up get your Ornithopter out and start firing missiles like a madman. That is literally what it is. And I think there needs to be more, I don't know about strategy to it, but just less Ornithopter stuff to a certain extent. Whereas if you did that with a new map, I think would be kind of cool. Don't get rid of the Deep Desert. The Deep Desert needs to stay as it is. I think Deep Desert's cool for what it is, but it's very heavily based on the Ornithopter play. And I think it'd be cool to have that PvP map, I should say. For people that do want to do PvP, do want to have it a bit like Dune, a bit like Ark, a bit like Rust, but also less of these absolutely killing helicopter machines, the Ornithopters. So I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. I don't think it's like gonna be a thing. Maybe if, I mean, the thing is they've had a lot of, I don't want to say pushback, but there's been a lot of people being like, oh, I was really hoping it was gonna be more PvP stuff, more PvP heavy. So I think that could maybe sway them later down the line to be adding more PvP stuff, but I don't know, we'll have to see. We could probably grab more basalt. It's probably reset by now, actually. Probably do another loop of this thing. I feel like we've missed a few locations. It might be because we took a bit of a different route, actually, but we can definitely get way more basalt. Need to get a new mining turret as well, actually. That'd probably be ideal. Because as soon as we get another one of those, a better one of those, we'll be able to mine way more resources. But yeah, I think a new PvP mode is what I'd be very excited for. I think that would get players back in the game a bit more. Get more players playing. I think the Landrad's cool, but as it currently stands, and I think it needs a rework. I think it does need a rework. I think it's not something people really care too much for, which is a shame because it's cool. But even for me, I'm like, do I want to get involved in the Landsrad? Well, like, I do some missions for it and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, but I'm not like heavily involved being like, oh my god, unless it's like crafting costs reduced for 25%, then I'll be like, okay, I really want to try and do some stuff for the lands right here. But other than that, I'm just like, is it really? Like, there's not much worth it for me, at least. Anyway, I'm like, oh, some of these vendors are kind of cool, but I don't know. I think the lands are lacking something, and I don't know what it is. But I think the game overall is lacking the PvP. I think maybe without the Ornithopters. I don't know. Maybe a crazy take. But that's what I think it needs. I think it needs PvP. I think it needs more PvP. I think it needs more, dare I say, vehicles. Potentially like maybe just more like I don't know. Like, yeah, where is the tank? They need to add the tank. Add the tank. Oh man. This was a base, bear in mind. I think we visited this on the last stream, and there was the vehicles in here. And they were all demolished, and now there's no vehicles. So they're, I'm assuming, fully disappeared, right? Because the base got no shields on at all. That's crazy. You really can, like, lose everything if you do stop playing fully. If you don't put stuff away... Again, that looks... I don't know if that's demolished or not. It might just be a Harkonnen paint job. That might be a Harkonnen paint job. I think it could be. But yeah, you've got to keep an eye on your like... I guess... If people are going to stop playing and then they're just going to forget about it and be like, I don't want to return, so that's fine, my base is being lost. But I do think some people will be like, they'll accidentally lose their base and be like, oh no, I've lost everything, and just completely forgot. Obviously, you don't lose, obviously, your character. You keep that stuff, but, you know, a lot of the items are pretty key to get back to where you were before. It's not hard when you've got all the skills and the levels and stuff, I guess, but still, it's a bit of a grind to get all the materials again. I'm just thinking... None of the places are really reset where I thought they were going to reset to. I do feel like someone's done a basalt run recently. Like before I did it as well. It just seemed like there wasn't as much basalt as there normally would be. I feel like I'd normally be like more like yellow from this. And I'm like blue still on here. I don't know. Oh, we can go up there, I think. There might be some. Let's have a look.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm.
Okay, we'll grab this and then we'll head back in. That's fine. It's basically forcing us back inside. We gonna be able to go that? Yeah, we are. Just about. Okay. Well, let's head inside. Go back to base. And like I said, we'll start doing some work on the... Well, we'll get some of the plastone built. And then we'll start doing some work on the actual hangar. Get that fixed. Once we've got the hangar up and running, we can then start getting rid of the hangars at the top. And then we can start basically extending the base upwards, is my thought process. But at least I've paid the taxes. Worked out a little bit more what's going on. Okay. It's really coming in quick. Here we go. Okay, here we go. It's fine. And we're safe. Cool. Okay, decent. The lighting's very cool in this game. The shadows and stuff I think is very, very awesome in this game. It's very nice. Very nice looking indeed. Okay, so let's go into here. Let's do the plastone stuff. We've got some plastanium in here. So if we do the... Let's do this. What do I want to... I need to actually sort the circuit stuff. I really do. Let me just move... Potentially, I've got... my thought process right now is... Let's move the... this thing in here. Let's get that out. Let's move this into here. Let's pick this up. So let's grab this. Not that. That. Let's move this real quick just here. Wait, where do we want to bring the plastone? Oh no, we want the base. We want the plastone in the base anyway. It's fine. So it doesn't actually matter where it really goes. Andreas, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. We are just doing some different bits to our base a little bit. We do need to go for another player check, actually, and check players. But there is a base which is not active, so we need to grab some stuff from that as well and start bringing that out. Because it's not owned by me, unfortunately. That's the issue of base not owned by me, and the players leave and then they don't message. It's annoying. But yes, it's this base. It's the loot drop-off base over here. Will basically be decommissioned. But it'll be moved into this base. But we'll probably stop doing the loot. I mean, no one really uses the loot drop-off base anyway, because it's been decommissioned for a little while now. It's not really been that active. Probably start moving it into the main guild base as well. I don't know. We might have a new main base as well. It is a pain in the ass. It's so annoying when I message them. I'm like, hey, can you make me like the owner of the base if you're gonna leave? And then just don't respond. I'm like, no, please, please. But it just means I've just got to demolish everything and then pick it up. It's not too bad, to be fair. It's not too bad. But my thought process is at some point, it will probably move, because no one really is that active around Western Familius Gap. There's no reason to be active around there. We'll probably end up removing this guild base and actually setting up a new guild base somewhere within this Eastern/Western shield wall as well. That's probably the thought process. Make it bigger, make it better, and make it more accessible to people, because realistically, this is out of our way for a lot of guild members. No one really uses it at all, and I think it would be cool to have it as a bit of a community space for the guild base. So, yeah, at some point, that'll get moved up over here in this section at some point. I want to finish trying to sort out my home base up here, and then once that's sorted and this loot drop-off is gone, then I'll start working on the main guild base somewhere, maybe with some people in the guild as well. We'll start working out how we want the designs to be as well. But let's get some plastone for this base so I can finish the hangar below. So let's drop in the... Actually, we can just chuck all that into... Rather than making it complicated, we can just chuck it into this one over here. So let's chuck all the buggy stuff just in here. Sweet. The one on the pillar, I basically have paid... Well, not paid, actually. He did it for free. He's doing it for free. Goofy is working on that base for me. So it's looking pretty cool, actually. I'll give you a little demo in a second. Let's make... max 30? Max 30? Is that... Oh, it makes 250. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Let's make maybe let's do maybe 10 here. Let's do 10 in each. So let's do 10. I think he's been really busy with other stuff, which is absolutely fine. There's no rush for that base, but oh god, didn't mean to do that. Let's do 9 then here, and let's do 9 here as well. Oh, 10 here, sorry. Okay, so that's that. That's going. While that's going, actually, let me just give you a little. I'll give you a little show of the base. Bear in mind the interior is not done, and the exterior is actually not done yet as well, like fully. Like, it's still being built, but I'll just show you a little bit, some cool stuff actually. Because we were discussing about whether a vehicle could actually be put at the bottom of it, weren't we, I think, from a little while ago. Back when I was doing all the placements of it as well. So I'll show you something and then relate to that. So there's fly over there. The good thing about doing a Dune stream on Wednesday is it gets me back into Dune again. Because there's times where I'm like, I don't know if I've got the time to play Dune, but if I'm doing it for a stream, then it's okay. It's not too bad. It ties into doing 2 things in one time, so it works out well, and I enjoy Dune. I really do. So this is how the base is looking right now. There is still a lot of work to be done, but if we look at it from this side, ignore these stairs. I'll explain those in a second. But we've got effectively there'll be like kind of maybe 2 pillars here. I'm not sure. Maybe he's getting rid of this one. I'm not sure, but we've got like this bit here, which is kind of cool. So we'll just go in here for now. We'll just land it in this bit. Oh, did not mean to press that button. So if we go here. And then we've got the inside, which is the hangar straight away. So you've got the hangar in here. A nice big hangar. Very good, very good. Be able to fit everything in there. And then nice open space. But it's like nicely designed. Goofy's very good at designing base, I've got to say. Nice massive open area here to work out what I want to do from here. And then the same in here as well. I'm sure he'll end up probably making stairs or something up to these bits as well. So we can have a little look out. Because if we... Oh, didn't mean to press that button. If we go up here... There is like a little walkway up top in these areas as well, which is very, very cool. So I might end up doing something up there as well. So yeah, it looks very, very cool. It looks very, very nice indeed. So that's the base. Like, yeah, it looks very cool. I love it. I love how it looks so far. It's all still a work in progress, obviously. But nevertheless, it looks awesome. The stairs, it was something I was messing around with. So the stairs won't probably stay like that, but I'll probably do some form of it. Because it turns out... I mean, that's not linked to that, but effectively, this stairs brings me down all the way. Like, I'll link it to that at some point when I properly do it. But Here, very luckily, if you bring the vehicle, the buggy, up from here, it can climb up. I think it's like this route. It might be up here, going this way, going up there. And then you go up. I think it might be this side here. Yeah, it's this side here you can go up. And then it looks steep, but you can go up this as well in the buggy. You park in that. This is part of the base. So this is where you can use the buggy in theory. So if I show you the base thing, this is the zone. It literally is, the cutoff point is like just here. So as soon as the buggy goes into this bit, you can move. Yeah, yeah. I just saw that. Good time with the question there. If you move the buggy into this location, then it can absolutely be used, which is awesome. That's so cool. And then you can transfer the items from the buggy into the actual main base, because as long as it's in range of this, then it can move into there. The only thing it was not planned. It was just hope. It was hopes and prayers. Honestly, when me and Goofy were bringing this down, we're like, God, are we gonna be able to make it or not? And we didn't think we had it. Because at that point, we were like, oh, it's that height. We're not going to make it down below. But that height's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. We just about climb up all those things in a vehicle, which is so good. It was hopeful. We were very hopeful. But it wasn't really planned. But yeah, it works out nicely. The only thing is I built this from the bottom going up. So obviously, it's not linked to the actual base in theory. Because if we go up here, it's very janky. It's very, very janky. So... I mean, it's all very janky, but like this is very janky to connect it up to there. So at some point, when he might end up designing it down there as well and making it look nice and pretty. But if he doesn't, then I'll do it from the top, going down and rearrange all these stairs and make it look fancy and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. But that's in the plan to do as well. But yeah, we're getting there. Obviously, with Goofy's actually mainly working on it, but it's looking nice so far. Where the hell I'd put the main guild base, I don't know. It's a shame because I really do like this spot over here. It's just a shame that you can't use across the bridge because it counts as like the downwards bit. You can't build under there. You can't like do some stuff close to that mounting. So you don't have full access to that area. I don't know. We'll work out a place to put a main guild base and some access for vehicle access as well. I don't know. It'll be somewhere close by. Just need to work out an area. Could be here. Could absolutely maybe be here. Might be blocked off for like areas, but maybe we'll have to have a little think when we start deconstructing the main guild base and working out where we want to put the next guild base. And the guild base will probably be more like a social space and a space to share some resources that you don't necessarily need loads of and stuff. So I think it'd be kind of cool to do. Okay, so let's go down here to the temporary hangar that we're currently building and let's start doing some work to this. Okay, so let's land here for now. And let's hopefully got... Yep, so we've got 3,000... No, that's salvage metal. We have... Let's change the set. To tradies. 7,500. Perfect. So we've got a load of stuff to build with. So I think we are pretty good. So... Ideally, we want to block this off, so let's block this off. I don't know what we can use. I want to try and use a different stuff. I don't want to make it all samey. But then I also probably, I don't know, work out as we go. So that, I'm thinking we keep that as the one entrance to get in here, I think, would be kind of cool. This needs to be blocked off with just maybe walls, potentially. It's kind of foundations there. It's kind of strange. Let's do walls here, and then we can do maybe a roof here. And we can work out how that looks from above as well later. Oh, but that brings it. That's really annoying because I think that will. I don't know. I don't think it will cause sandstorm things, but I don't know. It might be a thing where we might have a thing for that. But the base you're at now, is that like your main base? Yeah, this base right now is currently the base shared between me and Matt. So yeah, it's kind of like our main base area right now. But then I'll probably end up going, that's what I was looking for. I'll probably end up moving, I don't know if I'll end up I'll probably end up sharing this base with Matt and then having a full guild base, or having another base over there. I don't know. I'm just seeing us base out. I'll see what happens. When that base is fully built, I'll work out if we end up moving over there and this becomes a guild base, or we make a different guild base. I don't know exactly how it works. Probably make a different guild base because this won't be big enough for the whole guild. It's just another base, I guess. Another base. 'Cause it's got a nice view. It's got a nice view. That's the main thing really about this base that I built over here, because it's got a beautiful view. You can see out. It's very, very cool. Okay, so that's that. Can we actually place foundation in that? Probably can't, can we? Oh, we can. Cool. Okay, that's already ugly. Why is that? Why is that like that? Why does it look like that? Imagine the whole thing just collapses. I think it's got to be that. There we go. There we go. That looks a bit better. Okay, so this is going to be walls as well, because I don't think we want an entranceway here. So the question is how we want it done. I don't even know, to be fair. I don't even know. I guess we can just mess around with it a little bit. This could be windows in theory. I don't want to make it too ugly. Which it might be if we add too many windows and stuff to it. There needs to be more walls, man. There needs to be more walls, definitely. I definitely think there needs to be more walls. Which one's this? That's not bad, actually. I wouldn't be opposed to doing this kind of pattern over here. It looks better on the outside. That's all I'll say. It looks better on the outside than the inside. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, that's the granite as well. I always forget that one needs granite to actually be placed. And then let's do... These could, in theory, be like... I can't remember what they look like from the... outside. Oh, they're kind of like... I don't even know if I like that or not. I almost feel like the... This is probably a weird take, but I feel like these building blocks, like this looks better on the outside and that looks better on the inside. But I don't know if that's just me. Like, personally, to have this in the inside, I think it's kind of... Maybe it is supposed... I don't know. Not sure. Maybe it is the other way. I don't know. I mean, I know it is the other way, but I don't know what looks better. I don't know how I even want it either. We could do this as the same thing again, actually. I think it's this. And then we just do the... where is it? This. And then it means we can do one of those fancy ones as well. We can do like the... Where is it? How am I missing it? Walls? It is walls, isn't it? Yeah. We just do this. What's the other one made out of? Oh, it's made out of the same thing. I almost want to change it to be like that. I do like the look of that. We'll have to look at that more in the actually, well, let's look at it now. I was gonna say we've got our ornithopter right here. We might as well just have a little browse. Yeah, that's quite nice, actually. That is quite nice. I do like that kind of blocking there. And then we've got... I'm going to replace the other side for this, actually. The same as well. And I'm going to change those to be the other one. We've got that side. Yeah, so I'm going to change... Oh! Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Nearly had a heart attack there. I'm going to put that there. Because I think these look better. And I'm actually going to demolish it because I don't think this looks very good. And I'm going to put in this wall instead. Because I think this looks better. That can stay, that can stay. That's fine for now. And yeah, this brings it to the curve here. And then here as well, we'll have the opening. So we'll have an opening here and opening there, which will be nice. How tall we want it is another question. But we can just kind of do that by the walls here. We can work out how tall we want to go. Here. Oh, there. So I'm going to fix those as well. Those things are really ugly. And I'm going to make them so much better. It does mean we're not going to be able to go inside them. But we're going to make them look way much better than that pile of garbage when we first made it. So we're going to improve that today as well. So I'm thinking height-wise... God, is this thing going to be a big old block, innit? We could make it do... I'm trying to work out how this could look the best. I kind of want a view like this into the cabin area, which makes me think... Well, it makes me not think, but like... Have this higher. On the walls, let's just do this, right? And just see... Does it get to that point? And is that just then ugly because it's that high? Maybe this could... No, I feel like we kind of need this to be inside, right? Otherwise, it's then going to be problematic in, like, storms and stuff, I think. It's just making it not look ugly is probably the biggest thing. But it could mean we end up using some of these special ones across here. No, that's what we're going to have to do for the other bits, I think. How can we not make it look ugly? I'm not the person for this. Okay. If we had it... I almost wouldn't hate inclines here. Whether it looks good or bad from the other side, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm just trying to make it look... If we then went into roofs from here, it might be okay. Potentially. But it might have to be like a raised roof or something. It might have to do like a... Maybe it goes down. Maybe it's a downward roof we have. That might be okay, actually. Yeah, maybe this just goes down. How's that going to look from here? Yeah, not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Maybe this just does go down. This could work. This could actually work. If we go up here... It might mean we actually just make this a roof as well. I just want to see if we can. If it's just... Maybe it might be too far. Too big of a... Like, downwards bit. I think it is going to be. Yeah. Okay, well, let's keep the incline here for now. Let's keep that there for now. Let's do the roof bit here. Because I think this is going to look, I don't know about great, but it gives us a rough plan for now, at least anyway. That's the main thing. If this goes all the way, so this means this can be, the difficult part is here. Maybe we just do this bit as a, well, if that's that, we need the walls across here, don't we? That's one thing we need. We need walls going out here. So we're probably going to need like... Maybe this? Maybe this? Is this going to look good or bad? And then if that goes... Oh, it's because of this, isn't it? So these are going to have to go. And then we want that there. And probably the same on this side as well, to be fair. It's probably going to have to... These are going to have to go. No, are they? No, because if we make that inside as well, actually, we can keep those. We can keep the railings. Because I think the plan will be to make this bit inside. This bit will obviously be outside here. But then we can actually convert this bit round. So if we did that. And then... This can, in theory, not have to be here, but for the sake of having it right now, I'm just thinking we do like a little roof on it, which can just be like this for now. Like that is fine. And then the walls can just be going down here. And it's just like another little area we've got going on then. Don't have to have it, but it's something, right? I'm just going to put these in place as well. So they're a bit more like locked in. Yeah, I guess how far we want to go on this side is another question as well we've got. Let's do this real quick. So if we did, let's go up to the top, right? Let's go up to the top. Okay, go back to the bottom. Let me actually grapple to the top here. Okay. Okay. Not what I'm wanting to grab out at all. Okay, so let's do these little wedge bits right now. Just so it doesn't look ugly here. What are we going to need here? That, and then that. And then the same again there as well. Cool. And then that needs a wall. Okay. So that bit's done, kind of. Let's get the roof. We're getting a rough idea of how we want this to look. And that's what we're looking at right now. Is just realistically like a rough placement of how stuff is going to be. I think this could possibly be like this, right? And then it goes down again here. Which then means probably end up demolishing that. There's no reason why this can't like be fully down, I think, personally. I think that's probably going to be the best way. I think that's going to be it right there. And then if we've got this wall coming up, we ideally then want probably that to be there. So that's where it's going to be along from that point onwards, basically, is probably the thought in that. So it means let's do the downward parts in each of these. I think this works for a roof. I mean, we'll double check how it looks, and we'll have to get the right side as well done as well. But this might be... Okay, so this is where it's going to be a bit different here, I think. So because of this side, of how this side is, it might end up being a situation where we do... What I'm trying to work out, actually, is do we go... How do we do this? How do we do this? Because I kind of want that window to be a window outwards, which makes me think I do like that roof there and that there, which then means we do another roof here, and ideally another roof on this side. Okay. So that means we're going to have walls there as well. Okay. This complicates things slightly. But we might be able to make it work. Okay, we do need to have this kind of going down still. Otherwise, that's going to cause issues on that side. So, That's going to get in the way of the stairs, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't look good. It does not look good there. And neither does... I know this is going to be walled off, isn't it? This could be... There's no reason why this can't be flat. It doesn't have to be curved down. It could just be the flat roof. Because we do have that. We do have the part of the flat roof. Nothing has to be all curved here. Let's put that there as well, just so it covers it. Yeah, because this can just be flat. And then it goes down into the same incline bit as this as well. There we go. And then it's back in line with this, which works nicely. The other section is this bit, so I think we're going to have to do something similar here where we go along from potentially there. here, 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 and then go down. We'll have a look how it looks when we've finished the whole build, I think. Or finished the whole roof for this. But this then links up with this. I think this is probably going to be pretty good. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Might turn out to be garbage. Hopefully it will let me build the place that I want to build, because before it was being all funny with the locations over here. So let's do the walls up here. Where is it? This wall here. And then it was the top roof, which is this bit. Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, so that's being how I want it to be. Oh my god, we are using a lot of... I do forget about the sun in this game. I definitely forget about the sun in this game. That it does affect our dehydration, but it's okay. Okay, and then if we go down here again, that brings it to that bit. We've got that here and here. And here, here, and there. And then all these parts will then be the top. Maybe? Yeah, that's the only thing. That is the only thing. It is kind of a pain in the ass when you are building, yeah. Okay, so this is not so bad. That's okay. It's the only... This is strange, though. That's the only thing. Maybe it's not too bad. How's that? Oh, not that side. I just want to see how this looks from the other side. That's not too bad. Obviously, it is flat then here and here. Let's have a little... Let's go inside and let's do the walls, and then let's have a little look and see if we need to change anything or not. So let's go and do the walls real quick in here, and then we can have a little browse and see how it's looking overall. Because I think inside it's not bad actually. That's not too shabby. Okay, so let's add... I don't even know what we want here. Let's just do these walls up here for this bit. I don't think we have to have that bit of foundation, but I'm not sure. But I actually am I'm gonna lock that off as its own area. I'm gonna have this bit as the inner wall anyway up there. But I'm gonna lock this bit off. Actually, you know what I could have here? I could have a flag on that bit. So I'm actually going to put that... I don't really do this much, but I'm going to put that as plain, because an outside banner might look pretty cool there. But again, I am going to, like I said, I'm going to block that off there. Wait, how does it look inside? I think... Can we do another? No, we can't. Okay. That's fine. Okay. And then here, ideally, we want to do possibly like... I don't even know. I don't even know how we want to style this. We've got those. This can, in theory, go up this one. Most of these can probably just go up, to be fair. And then we can just work out as we go. Like, I'm happy for these to just go up, to be fair, and just continue along their path. That's okay. And then this one as well. Oh. Here and here. And then it will be whatever we want here. What's the actual inner... What's the outer face of this? That's not horrendous. It's not perfect. But it might be like a nice little space around here, to be fair. Oh, the other side. So we did that. Like that. Any thoughts on the state of the game? Have seen a couple of videos from other creators complaining about the game not having more progression and stuff to do in the game. In the end game. Yeah, I might end up doing a video on it, to be fair. I was talking about it earlier in the stream, and I was saying that I almost would like... I think there needs to be... I think Lands Red does need a rework. I think it does. I think it does need a rework to get people more to play it a bit more. The end game needs more stuff in it. They need the tanks, for one. They were going to add them in. They didn't add them in. They need the tanks in the game. That needs to be a thing. It needs to be a good countermeasure to... I know you've got the missiles and stuff on ground, but I think a tank would be very cool. You need the tanks in the game. I personally, and this is what I was saying earlier, I think it would be nice to have like almost like a new map, okay? A bit like the Deep Desert, but which is actually... How do I put it the best way? It's fully PvP, basically, is what I would like. I like a fully PvP area. That, personally, I think would be very cool. Will they do it? Probably not. But I think they need a map side which is like Ark and which is like Rust. And which is full PvP and you don't have Ornithopters in it. I think would be cool. It gives you more of the PvP combat. Like actual ground combat. I know you've got that in Echo Labs and some other stuff, but it's not much before you then end up running out and grabbing in your Ornithopter and rocketing each other. You need a PvP mode, which can reset like the Deep Desert every week, right? You need obviously reasons to go out there, so maybe Echo Labs and some other stuff, which is only in that area. But full-on PvP, maybe you earn rewards for having your base out there for a long time, but can be rated 24/7. So it's like Ark and Rust, so you get the PvP you need from it, but you've also not got access to Ornithopters out there, maybe. So you're using more of the ground vehicles, because it's rare people use bikes nowadays. They don't really use it that much. So I think it'd be cool to have... It'd be cool to have that. It'd be cool to have the bikes a bit more into the game. That's a faster way to get around on that map area. Whether you've got the worm, when you do, I don't know, whatever. But maybe if you do have the worm, then you're gonna need more islands, basically. But there needs to be something. Yeah, there needs to be something done to the game, and I think it's losing a lot of players pretty fast. As much as I hate to say it, and I do really like this game. I do really like it, but it's coming to a point where people are kind of losing. They're losing it a bit. They're losing like, is it really? I don't know. I think there needs to be something changed. Why is this not doing what I want it to be? I want this to be in. Could it ever load it? I always swear I could. Unless I'm tripping. Oh, it's this one. I hate that one. That's really annoying. Yeah, so I think a full PvP mode would be my favorite. I think for it going forward. I think they need it. And they are losing a lot of players. Yeah, I think it's great fun to the start, right? When you start off playing the game and you're like, oh, this is kind of fun. I don't even... This is kind of ugly, actually. Let's just make this potentially just this. A strip of it. I think when you start playing the game, you're like, okay, this is great fun. There's quite a lot to do. As you start doing the main quest and all this other stuff, it's like, oh, okay, what's there to do now? You end up start losing, like, things to do, I think. And as the end game becomes very... I almost want to say it goes from like quite easy to a very hard for like the difference between getting an assault and a carrier. I think it's quite a big difference. I think that's quite a big difference. I don't know. I think there needs to be some. There needs to be more content. Basically, there needs to be more content in the game. That's for sure. Effectively, there needs to be that. What can we add up here? Could add some like windows like this. This might work okay actually. Just to let in some light. Because like everything's is Ornithopter fighting. Yeah, exactly. Everything's Ornithopter fighting, and it needs to change. I don't like the Ornithopter fighting that much. And my main thing is like I like PvP stuff, but not really like I've never really been the big thing. Like playing Battlefield 4. Whatever 3, whatever 2. I never really got on like helicopters. That's not my kind of thing. So the Ornithopter fighting's cool, but it's not for me. I like the more ground-to-ground combat, and it's rare you have that much because most of it's Ornithopter. So it'd be cool to have that change and the difference in that. Probably players reaching endgame and realizing there is no more stuff to do. Yeah, I agree. The Lands Red isn't as intriguing as it should be. It needs to be more intriguing. Absolutely, it definitely needs to be more intriguing. It's an amazing game, far away from endgame myself, but can see it getting repetitive and not a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, I would say again, I'm not like really close to endgame, but I think it does start as you start playing it. You're like, it's kind of losing a bit of stuff right now. You kind of lose as much excitement. I think I think the thing is as well, people play it a lot as soon as it comes out, and I played it a lot as soon as it came out, and then I was like, oh, there's like, it's just like, I just played it too much kind of thing, and then needed a break from it, which is, I think, a lot of people. But also, there does need to be more added to the game, I think. Absolutely. We'll probably do these from the outside. It might be better. Maybe. Actually, is it going to be better? I don't know. Probably not. What parts have we got? Might not even be able to fill this in. Might have to do a different thing. I think the building's very cool. The building's like, it lets you do a lot of stuff. If we're looking at this, that's not going to make it, is it? We need like a, I think we need like a half wall, I think, in there. Inner. There and there, probably. Probably there as well. And then... Pardon me. Probably these bits there. Is that right? Doesn't look right to me. Might have to do it from the outside. I know it's kind of hard to see in the lighting here, but that's fine. I kind of want to continue this pattern. I have a really bad problem for like continuing patterns to the top. I get addicted to patterns, but I probably shouldn't. We need to break up this a bit. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. This might look really ugly from the outside, but we'll see. I don't actually hate that. That actually blends in quite nicely. That does actually blend in quite... The rest of it's kind of ugly, but... That's not too bad there. That's okay. Okay. And then this bit needs to be, in theory, like... sorted out. How's that gonna... Wait, is there a gap that's... Ground to ground is more fun? Yeah. It definitely is. Definitely is. And it needs more of that, and it needs more PP stuff for people to do. Okay, let's have a look at this again here. Is that gonna fall down? Please stay. Okay. I don't know how I'm actually gonna build this. But it might be... I don't know if I can do this. Can I fill this bit in? They did say there's parts for everything. Maybe I've made it so there's parts for nothing here. Maybe I have messed this bit up. They said you should never be missing a piece in this game. That's what they did say. Is it this? It might be that, actually. Like an arena or something you can see in Dune 2. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. How about, like, fight for... You set up... Like, you go in the arena, right? And you can do it as... That's a really cool idea, actually. I really like that idea. Absolutely like Dune 2. So you go in, maybe, and you have... You have, like, requirements, right? And people can join you or not. And you'd be like, okay, 2v2. This is the reward for winning. Or you collect... Like, you can have it as, like... You get all the person's gear, or you get, like, these are the rewards, or these are the only things you can wear, these are the only weapons you can have, like, these are the only skills you can have, or maybe you have no skills. Like, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. And I think they need stuff like that, and hopefully they'll add that. Hopefully they do. I really hope they do. You know what we might have to do, just to make this easier for ourselves, is actually add, like, just a roof, like, up here and there. I think that'd be very cool. I might actually make some notes on this, actually, and then make a video and talk about it. Recently, I've done a lot of, like, resource guides, and they're, like, very beginner resource guides, because I do want to have, like, every single resource on my channel as a guide. I know some of them were very sped up. A lot of hate from that. But it's fine. When I make a full video and have every single resource in the game, when I've eventually made them all, as one big video, then I will slow all the stuff down that needs to be slowed down. But okay, can I fit this? Yeah, I can fit that in there. Okay, cool. So that goes in there. This, I actually don't know. Might have to be a roof piece, potentially, I think. Oh no, that's going to have to be a half wall, isn't it? I think. Sped up is not... The thing is, I don't know why... I think, had I got a video out that's out already or not? No, I have got a video out that's going to be out and it's like not sped up. And I actually think I might speed up some of it. I know people hate it, but I actually... Realistically, the thing is, people were hating on the sped up like videos. But the problem is that it just works. Like, I don't know, it just... I talk during it, so it's not like my voice is sped up. My voice is the same speed it's always is. So my voice isn't sped up, the video is sped up, and it clearly shows the locations, and if people really want to, they can, in theory, pause it or, you know, unspeed it up, because they got the YouTube thing. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Rather than you being like a long video, because I'm going to be honest, when I make the videos, I think about videos that I want to see. Like, if I leave DUNE, right, which ideally I'm not going to leave DUNE, but if I leave DUNE and want to come back to it, I'm probably going to be like, I can't remember where all these things are. So if I've got guides that I myself will use, is what I want, and I don't like the stuff where they're kind of slow, and I know people don't like that, but in theory, I don't want to say the diamond stuff dust video you made was really big help for you. Good stuff. I'm so glad, honestly. I know people were like, you missed a few, but the idea for me in that run was to get as much as possible without going in like areas, grabbing bands, fighting loads of enemies. The idea for all the runs I try and do is you can do it whatever you've got. Some of it might be a bit tricky because you're running past enemies, but the idea is you don't have to engage in combat if you've got garbage stuff. As long as you've got some sort of working shield, you should be able to get the resource stuff. The body at the top is amazing. The body at the top of the place is something you should always get. That's insane. It's so good for diamond dust or the carbide scraps or whatever. It's very, very good. I think still to this day, a lot of people don't know about the body. The body's so good. Okay, let's do a half wall here. This is much better. This is much better doing it this way because you can easily see what's going on. Let's do another roof here. And then we can finish off this bit here. It's just going to be that side. There we go. Cool. Okay, so that's that side done. So we can demolish that. And we can demolish that as well. Cool. Yeah, so I will have a resource guide on basically everything. It's really annoying, actually. I was going to have 2 videos out, but then I basically did a whole run because I record the audio and I record the gameplay separately. And people are like, oh my god, that's such a slow way of doing it. But it means I can then speed up the video in parts that need to be done. And it just makes it easier for me to go and do stuff for the video. Because I try and put in a bit of effort into it. But didn't know about the body after watching your video and didn't have to sit through a 30-minute long video just to get the location. Exactly. There's so many... It's so annoying how many videos there are. I mean, I don't try to do much DUNE research on YouTube because I like to just do the content myself and not try and accident. I guess some of my content might accidentally be copying someone else's, but I try and keep it unique so like I don't know how their videos are. But when I search some of the videos, 10-minute guides on this resource, and I'm like, this can be done in like 3 minutes. There is no need to go over this stuff. Just show the chest locations. Like either personally for me, I know people love like the map thing. They're like, oh, you should, when you're at the location, show on the map where you are. That's good and all, but it's also not that great, to be fair. I think the best thing is going to the location. So like being like, let's say this diamond dust area that I showed. I was like, here's where I'm starting at. Here's where the location you need to be is at. Here's where I'm starting. And then I just show you from there where to go round. Had to switch to Twitch. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, you just go around, and then I think showing people actually what it looks like and just being like, yeah, it's here on the map, because what is that? I don't know what bit of that area is when you actually are on that bit of the island. I'm like, is that kind of inside the building? Is it not inside the building? So I think the maps show is kind of pretty much useless. As long as somebody downloading shady stuff on your internet today, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. But yeah, I think the map stuff's useless unless you show it right at the start and then you go from the run from there. Which is why I try and do it sped up so you can still see the areas I'm going to without me being like, here's one of the chest locations. here's another chest location. Because if I do that, everyone's going to be like, well, how do I get to that chest location? So that's why I try and do it with the, whatchamacallit. Actually, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to that stuff over there, I think. Or I'm going to change it to at least maybe the tops. No. I don't know. Let's do, how about if we did... Yeah, so I do try and make them quick, and I think they're better that way. How about we do this here, and then we do... I know we did the 3 there. We do this, maybe. So it's kind of replicating that. It's a bit of a mess, but it's fine. I'm sure it might look better from the outside, hopefully. I guess we'll see. So here, I mean, we might as well just copy the same. Might as well. There we go. But yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you like them more sped up, because I'll definitely continue to do them that way. Because when I was making one of my videos, I was like, I did mess up. Like, I ended up not recording. I basically did the whole run of like where to get the resources, which trading posts the resources for Solari, and what the resources can make and stuff. I did all of that stuff, then realized I didn't press record, and I was like, oh my god. And the annoying thing is, because the stuff doesn't respawn like instantly, you gotta wait an hour. I was like, oh my god, I've got to wait an hour now to re-record it all. It's very annoying. So that stuff will come out this weekend. I've made a note on that actually on the oh, it's because it's not on the land claim. It's gonna make it really awkward. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Can I do this? Can I not even put anything in here? Is it? Oh god, that's really annoying. I kind of just want a little bit just so I can build something. Okay. A ladder, but ladder won't work. Okay, we might have to... I don't know. Let's go down here. Okay. Possibly would be a bit too far down, but it's fine. While we're here, actually, let's put the structure stuff down. Okay. So... it's this stuff, basically. Oh, well, not that stuff. Sorry, the other bits and pieces here. So it's this stuff here. So if we get the... we might be able to place it on. That's the inner, so it'd be there. Yeah, there we go, there we go. We're okay, we're okay. I don't want him to my neck in real life. It doesn't actually do anything. I have a habit of doing that. And then there. Beautiful. Oh, and then we need to do the... what's this? The wall thing. The, like, half wall thing in there. Is that it? Oh, and then it's because this shouldn't really be that. It's because that should be... like one of these pieces. I don't know if there's a better looking one for it. It might not be. Back on YouTube. We could do... we could do that. That there. Oh, it's saying the same. I hate that insufficient stability thing. Okay, so let's just do that maybe. And it's just it's just the same on both sides maybe. It's probably gonna be the best way to do it. Yeah, otherwise it's gonna look weird. And then we do this here like that. Cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? You know what? This isn't the worst. This kind of annoys me. I wonder if we've got something we can... let's have a little look. Oh my god, my water as well. We'll have to look at that in a second. Just seeing if we have a decoration to put on this thing. Oh, we don't have the agave seeds, which is kind of annoying. From the outside, I don't think anything's going to go here. No. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Nothing has to be there. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So what we've done now. Oh, that's weird. Okay, how's it looking? A bit strange, but it's a bit funky. And then this goes around here. Oh, we need the half wall there. Yeah, so we need this to be a little half wall. Oh. Atreides. Little half wall. There needs to be more like half walls in the game. I don't know why there's not more. There we go. And then this can be whether we can put it in. I'm not sure. Might have to be. It's in somewhere else, isn't it? It's in. Is it in this? Where is it in? Is it this? Utilities. It's utilities. There we go. I did the same trying to dodge bullets RL. Okay. Imagine. I got a gun of you. Well, my reaction times are pretty goddamn fast. Okay. So like that. Hell. I think we need more generators. I think if we did the same here, which we can do temporarily, just so we can see how much space we need. Yeah. So we go like. Oh. Is that right? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Okay, so let's put in the, and then we'll do that as well. And then we've done the inside kind of. Well, we've done the outside. We haven't done the inside fully yet, but so I think it will be if we go to the top. Oh no, go to the generator bit. We'll see what generators we need to fill up. Make sure it's okay, actually. Make sure these are okay. Okay, what is this? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. What? Oh, because it's overloaded, right? It's overloaded. That's why. It's overloaded. Okay, so we might have to put in... I think all these generators are, in theory, like, up and running. Yeah, oh, God, they're all up and running. So... we're actually going to need to turn on the backups, which are above, which are normally only for spice. But in theory... these, yeah. Looks good, man, but go now. No worries, no worries. Stream's about to end in a few minutes. Have a good one. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you later. What do I want up here? And then once it's secured, we'll then be happy. We can then chill. So let's turn on there. These are the wind turbines. Oh, they are on. These are on. Okay. Are these on as well? They are. So it's this, which isn't on. Okay. Okay, so that can run for 8 days. Okay, that's not too bad, because effectively we'll be moving these down anyway. Which we can do now. So let's move this as well. And then what we'll have to do next stream. It's kind of... I don't mind this bit so much. The other bit might need work. Well, that's kind of sticking out. Let me move this a bit forward. I think Matt's going to be confused which one's his. Okay. Let me move this one around here as well. There we go. So there we go. The scouts are in. Let's move in the assaults as well. Okay, so these are back. I think we actually might have to make this because it's a bit weird looking. I'm going to be honest. This it does stress me out. It does stress me out. Maybe we just... I almost think we should break this, actually, instead. I think it's going to look better, bigger, I think. If we then do that again, real quick. And demolish that as well. And that's going to be better. I think that's going to look way better. Okay, let's grab the assaults. Again, this is very inconvenient. I wonder if we can just go out this way and just... Let's take a while to go through the base to see any issue. There we go. Here we go. Right now, it's convenient to do this. We'll probably try and make another passageway down here from there. I think it's just going to make everything way better. Oh, it does say the stream's unstable. How annoying. Okay. Might be because we're streaming to different platforms, maybe. If anything's happening in chat. No. Chat is dead right now. Okay, that's fine. Thought we'd better double check in case someone's tried to message saying on something on the guild and I've missed it completely. That's much better. I think that's much better already. These are very big. They're very, very big, aren't they? Ah! Please. Please don't mess me up here. Okay. Let's just do this. Maybe it will let me get up on that bit. Probably not. Oh, that's not ideal. If we just stay here, we won't use stamina, right? I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And then... Okay, we need to, like, use the... Wait for the stamina to go back up. Use this. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All the way up. All the way up. And now where the assaults are. Okay, so this can then be... This can basically mean we can rework this. Can move all the Ornithopter pieces, all the Ornithopter loot stuff down there. I think Matt is going to have a hard... I think he's going to think all the vehicles are stolen, probably. Potentially. I want everything to be in. I want all the wings to be everything. So that is, even that is like pushing it. Oh, that's so annoying. That's such a pain in the ass. Why are they so big? God damn it, man. Even though I push this to here. That is... Okay, that's in, but that's obviously been pushed to that side. That might be different here. Oh, it's just hanging out by the tiniest bit. Okay, we could in theory break this, but I am concerned that this is going to ruin the whole thing. Okay, base is still alive. It's still alive. Okay. The idea here, guys, is we're going to do the walls here. So I think this one is like a slanted thing anyway. That's fine. We want the roof like that. And then we want just these bits going in. The wedges. Add the wedges. There we go. 1 wedge. 2 wedges. And this should let this go in here. Which should mean... There we go. It's all nicely in now. That's what we're talking about. So that goes up pretty much against that, which is okay. That goes up in against that, which is okay. These kind of work just as far as in as they can go. That's okay. Okay, sweet. Sweet. I am happy, I think, now. I'm much happier now. We've got our ornithopter area done. I am going to quickly do... just add some of these bits, and then we'll call it there. Pardon me. Let's do that. Let's do that there. Cool. Actually, very cool indeed. I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that a lot. And then actually we can do this to add here, I think. Hopefully. Yep. Cool. That adds there. That's nice. That's all here. Actually, is this enclosed? I don't know. I think that's enclosed. It does say here if we do... Is it G? No, it's not G. Is it T? Water sealed. What does this come up as? Water? Is this water sealed as well? Yeah, I think it's all water sealed. Okay, that's fine. We are gonna, I think, probably call it here. We've done what we wanted to do, which is change over the base a little bit. What we might do is put a roof on these areas over here, just so we're not using a pen shield when we don't need it. So let's go over here real quick. Put a roof to these areas.